friends, welcome again to my channel Addicted Soul. I wish you all a very happy new year and pray to God that this year brings happiness and calmness in everybody's life. In my last two videos, I have shared with you my recent purchase of these Parker Frontier pens and the gift of Parker Quink ink I have received from my sister. So today I am going to cover both these products. For testing the inks, I am using this built paper, this one. This is a generic student notebook paper regularly used in our daily lives, and I am already using and exploiting both these pens for last few days. Today I'll be showcasing the behavior of the nibs and inks on this paper using Parker Frontier fine nib pens in front of you all. I'll be covering the features, build quality, nib, section, filling mechanism, balance, and overall looks with final finishing of both these pens. Also try to compare these models with the earlier versions of Parker Frontier pens, which at some point of time I used to own. So without any more delays, let me open the boxes and start reviewing the pens. So as you can see, these pens are packed in this nice aluminium boxes. Let's keep the boxes aside. And so this brand Parker used to be the oldest that I have in my collection, but disappointingly I have lost my original Frontiers that were made in the USA and UK during my house shifting a few years back. Today I am holding a Desi Parker in my hand. I would call it a Desi Parker. So the earliest Frontiers were built in the USA and UK decades ago in early 90s, and then their production was phased out in around 2012. And this one and this black one, they are the local version, and they are presently produced under license by Luxor in India. So glancing at these two pens, which I'll show you, glancing at these two pens, I can vouch that the quality does seem to have descended a bit in comparison to their predecessors that were made overseas. And the quality of Desi Frontiers have certainly degraded in juxtaposition to the first generation Frontiers I used to own. And today's Swadeshi Frontier seems to be very basic, economical, I would say simple, affordable looking pen, and it's a good starter pen. I have two of these. One has a body made of stainless steel with black matte finish, and the other one has overall gold plating, glaze and gloss. Reasonable looking pens with nothing out of the expected to catch the buyer's attention. These pens are usual cigar shaped, cylindrical, contemporary and stylish, thoroughly smoothened body without any sharp edges, as you can see, which ensures strapping grip while using the pen. Rigid and sturdy outer body made of stainless steel with different coatings and finishes to give it a unique look. Comes in variants like clear stainless steel chrome, black matte, gold finish, and various nib and clip combo options available. This pen is thicker from the middle. The diameter tapers down as moves down to the finials. Same old Dominion arrow clip, as you can see this. Same old Dominion arrow clip fitted on the cap, and then this Parker branding engraved below the tip of the clip near the edge of the cap. This is the Parker branding. This slip snap on cap closing mechanism. Slip this slip snap on. And now here's a interesting thing at the back of the cap. See this. If you can see this, at the back of the cap, the black Frontier see this. The black Frontier bears I-Q.1 in Roman numerals, and the gold Frontier has I-Q.3 in Roman numerals embedded as the production date code, which denotes the year of the manufacturing. So if I'm not wrong, this comes out to be 210 manufacturing date, and I'm using the quality pen system of Parker date code with Q bearing a year ending with 0. So these two pens, both the pens were made in 2010. The barrel is blatantly simple with nothing on it. In spite of being made of stainless steel, it is a feather lightweight pen, very light pen. I would say 12 to 15 grams max, including the ink converter fitted in the pen. Very well balanced pen, both posted and non-posted, and this pen posts really well. I would say this gives a very nice soothing in hand when posted. This grip is made of shabby plastic, the section grip, but feels comfortable when serves the purpose. Gripping the section is favorable to the fingers and they won't slip while writing. The section has a suitable girth to hold and write, and Parker claims to have fitted it with a suitable fine nib and feed combo, which is mentioned on the top of the feed. Let me show you that. If you can see that there is a small F written on the feed, and if you can see, this is the nib, the proprietary nib of Parker. I hope everyone is able to see the fine embedded on the section on the feed itself, section feed itself. So this is a screw-in unit. This is a screw-in unit, nib and feed, and hence it's really easy to dismantle, clean and reassemble. And Parker says that the nib is made of stainless steel and is gold plated. As you can see, this nib is made of steel and is gold plated, engraved with some artistic lines and Parker logo over it. And this section is fitted with intricately designed channel, ink feed and collector system made of plastic, as you can see that. See, this is the intricately designed channel, ink feed and collector system made of plastic, and I think is again a possessorship design from Parker that allows a delightful, easy and smooth flow of ink to the nib. So far I have not done any R&D on the nib and this feed. I have not yet tried removing both and have no idea whether that would be possible or not, but we'll try to remove them and test some other nib in this pen if possible. Well, certainly I'll share my experimenting experiences with you people. Now this pen uses a cartridge converter filling mechanism. As you can see, this is a cartridge converter filling mechanism, and it comes fitted with this low cost converter. It's a push-pull converter. As you can see, this is the push-pull mechanism. This goes down and up. It's a push-pull converter with a Parker branding over it. Here is the branding. There is a small metal ball bearing. As you can see, and as you can hear the sound, I think, let me show you. There is a small metal ball bearing inside the transparent converter, this converter barrel, and this is the ball. I hope you can see the ball. This ball helps break up surface tension air bubbles for a smoother ink flow, and this transparency allows you to check the ink levels inside the converter. The converter holds a decent amount of ink that lasts long enough for daily writings, and also I have not tried fitting any other converter in this pen. So for now it clearly rules out the point of using any other converter with this pen, but I think it can accommodate other local converters as well, and I will try it and share the experience in coming days. So the cost of this pen is under 1000 rupees in India, which is approximately $15 or below. And in this price range, it is probably one of the best pens you can get. The plus point of this pen is its design and finishing, because of which it always gets noticed and takes the edge when compared to other pens in this price range. That's all about the pen and its features. Let's move on to the performance and writing impressions of its nib and the pen filled with Parker Quink ink. So I have filled the golden variant with royal blue, this one, and the black model with black ink. So this is the royal blue and this one is the black ink, and this golden one is filled with this blue, and this black one is filled with Parker black. So let's check out the writing impressions of both these pens one by one. Let us start with the black ink first. So Om Namah Shivaya. This pen is Parker Frontier Black Matte Finish pen. Fitted with fine nib. Filled with Parker Quink black ink. And now this one, Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Pen is Parker Frontier gold finish, fine point, filled with Parker Quink royal blue. So let us check the nib and writing samples. So there's no issues of skipping or anything. This is considerably one of the finest and smoothest round nibs I have experienced in this price range. This nib is quite firm and Herculean as it performs its task very well, and the nib turns out to be decently wet with Parker Quink ink. Let me show you the wetness test also. See, this is the wetness test of blue ink, and this is the wetness test of black ink. So both the pens shows that they are decently wet writers. And the feature of being a wet writer adds mysterious, exotic, scintillating gleam to the smoothness of the nib. So let's see, check out the line variations. The fine nibs write down a thin line and don't give much of a line variation. And as I have told you, no skipping issues were there at all when going for a normal writing. Let us also check some fast writing samples with this nib. So as you can see, this pen does not have any skipping issues at all when going for a fast writing as well. And let us check for some flex also. Well, I don't see any flex options with this pen, and with this nib they don't offer any flexibility in their nibs. The nib is purely fine tipped nib, and the feed produces seamless flow of ink throughout the scribbling session. Let us check the reverse writing now. I hope the reverse writing is exactly same as the right side writing. Well, to my surprise, this pen writes pretty well in reverse nib also, and very mild, very slightly scratchy, but overall this pen writes pretty well in reverse nib also. And the built 10 on 10 student notebook paper I am using is of 70 GSM approximately, and it does not bleed with the fine nib pen. As you can see the back of the page also, there are no reverse impressions of the nib, not very much, and this paper behaves very well with fine nib pens. Overall, this Frontier pen is a worthy purchase and it is a reasonable pen. And this pen, I will say, is an adequate writer. I would recommend this pen to everyone who wants to go for the pens under $1,000. This pen is a must buy. And also I would like to show you the result of the Parker inks. Let's do a bit of swab test of both these inks and show you the performance of this nib. So let us start with the blue ink first, and we'll see the performance of the nib, performance of the ink and the color of the ink. So as you can see, this is the blue color, and so you can see the quality and the resolution of the blue and output of the blue and black color in the swabs after drying out. How will they look like? So this is blue, ink, royal blue, and this one is ink, black. So guys, this is all for now about these Parker pens and about both these inks. I'll see you soon with some other video later on. Thank you for your patience and watching this video. I hope I have covered most of the aspects about this pen and the inks. And if you like my effort and this piece of information on Parker Frontier pens, please do like, share, comment, subscribe my channel. And till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Once again, wish you all a very happy new year, and I see you for now. Dhanyavad, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Har Har Mahadev. Be safe, be healthy. Bye bye.